This time, Yale University, where hundreds of students are right now staging pro-Palestinian demonstrations in New Haven, Connecticut, as police with riot gear stand by. While in New York City, Columbia University's president says classes will be remote today.
In a Sunday statement, she said the decision was made to, quote, de-escalate the rancor and give us all a chance to consider next steps. Campus protests have gone on for almost a week, and on Saturday, some Jewish students were targeted with anti-Semitic verbal attacks, resulting in responses from New York City Mayor Eric Adams, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, and the White House, denouncing calls for violence against Jews.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Former President Trump will soon head back to court in New York for the start of his first criminal trial that he calls political persecution. Opening statements are today.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has brought these charges. He says the former president tried to interfere in the 2016 presidential race by paying off Stormy Daniels to hide their alleged affair, and part of a plan that paid off Playboy playmate Karen McDougal to hide their alleged affair, too. Also, American voters would not find out about the sex scandals.
As Fox's Eric Shawn outside the court, the former president is charged with falsifying records related to the Stormy Daniels payments. An NBC News poll gives the former president a 2-point lead over President Biden, but Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House.
When RFK Jr. and others are listed on a 5-way ballot, that is a sign that RFK could be hurting Trump more than he is hurting Biden. Biden is also found in this new survey to be the better candidate on the issues of abortion and unifying the country, but on every other major issue, he is trailing Trump.
Israel's intelligence chief has resigned. Major General Aron Aliva says he will carry the horrible pain of war with him forever after the agency he led failed to prevent Hamas's deadly terror attack. America's listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Well, the tension remains high in the Middle East after Iran attacked Israel, and then Israel responded with a strike in Iran. This happened nearby in Iraq.
At least 5 rockets were launched from the Iraqi town of Zumar, landing near a U.S. military base in northeastern Syria Sunday. But a U.S. official tells Fox it's not clear if the base was the target. No American service members were killed or hurt, and there was no damage to the base.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. The Senate could approve the House-passed foreign aid package tomorrow, which includes new funding for Israel and Taiwan and Ukraine's battle against Russia, though some Republicans voted against that, saying we've even given Ukraine enough. And they've even threatened to oust House Speaker Mike Johnson for allowing that vote. Ukrainians, though, are happy the U.S. is poised to deliver another $61 billion in military aid.
Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky on NBC's Meet the Press said the House vote is support for Ukraine maintaining its democracy, but through an interpreter nudged the other congressional chamber to give its approval.
We want to get things as fast as possible so that we get some tangible assistance for the soldiers on the front line as soon as possible, not in another 6 months.
President Zelensky said with Senate approval, the aid can give Ukraine the resources it needs to win the war with Russia. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could surge at the opening bell next hour. Dow futures up more than 200 points. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500, they have gone down 6 trading days in a row. The Nasdaq lost more than 5% last week. In the NBA playoffs, all the home teams won series openers yesterday. Boston, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and the LA Clippers. It was the same thing for hockey. The New York Rangers, Florida, Winnipeg, Vancouver won game 1s of their NHL playoff series. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news University of Illinois Police concluding its investigation into the death of a student, Akul Dewan. Police say their investigation concludes the 18-year-old's death January 20th. An accident. Results from an autopsy showed hypothermia, the cause of death, with alcohol intoxication as a contributing factor. It said that Dewan declined attempts to call a rideshare service to home. People driving around South Urbana during their commutes will find one intersection with a stoplight turned into a four-way stop. Intersection of South Lincoln Avenue and East Windsor Road's been flashing red for the past week. Public officials say the change is the result of a car hitting a light pole last week. The city of Urbana is still waiting for parts to repair the damage. Illinois lawmakers passing a plan last year to require fentanyl education in every high school. Now reps hope to pass a bill to require this instruction in junior high. Sponsors believe students in 6th through 8th grade should learn the differences between synthetic and non-synthetic opioid and illicit drug, as well as the variations of fentanyl. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, good Monday morning. It's a little chilly this morning, but this is going to be the low for a while, maybe for the rest of the summer, for all I know. 36 or something now.
Right.
ESPN 93.5, I'm Stevie Jay. There's our meteorologist. He's Greg Solier. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
It's all here.
Good morning.
Things all here. Nice and sunny, emitting beautiful sunshine across East Central Illinois. We love that part. Weather brought to you by Carl.
And Carl reminds you to check your skin regularly and talk with your doctor if you notice any changes. For details, visit carl.org/skin cancer.
All right, getting warmer for the week ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe one more run at readings or another night or two down into the mid to upper 30s, and maybe one more morning come Thursday morning, like we have in some spots this morning, a little frost scraping off the windshield, but nothing of a hard freeze, although we're seeing readings just a bit below freezing along the Wabash, down near the Ohio, and across parts of the far eastern Corn Belt this morning, but nothing coming up out of the ground whatsoever. And there will be, with time, some chances and opportunities to get some field work going here. You'll have to space them out between kind of a typical spring setup around here on the moisture department going forward. Some drier spells getting more closer to the end of the month and early May, and temperatures coming up nicely. Boy, we've got an almost early summer feel materializing as the week wears on, and more so into the weekend next week too. Apart from that, yeah, chilly morning out there. 38 now, Willard and Savoy, 41 at Rantoul, 38 at Danville, and 39 at Bloomington Normal. We had readings over the past couple of hours that were down between 33 and 35 degrees. Up to 65 today, though, right on target for an April 22, with a mostly sunny sky and an increasing southwesterly wind. Increasing clouds tonight, another cold front upstream. That'll generate maybe a stray late night shower. Low down to 47 tomorrow, a couple of showers in the morning, a couple of more in the afternoon, breezy cooler 59, down to 38 tomorrow night. Winds will have shifted around into the northwest, and a mostly sunny, cool Wednesday. Temperatures almost 10 shy of normal at 57. A little frost patch at about 35, 36 Thursday morning, up to 62 in the afternoon. Here comes the milder weather, up close to 70 with a couple of showers both morning and afternoon, maybe a late day thunderstorm Friday, and we'll be in and out of a stray shower thunderstorm at a couple of spots both Saturday and Sunday, Monday as well, but lots of dry hours. 78 Saturday, around 80 on Sunday, and still well into the 70s for the beginning part of next week too. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgan.
All right, off and running. Ed, is it Butowski? Do I say that right, Ed?
Yes, you did.
Financial strategist. He's a money man, money manager, internationally recognized expert in the investment wealth management industry. Been in financial services for over 30 years. It's Ed Butowski. So, Ed, good morning. Nice to have you from Plano, Texas. Good to have you down there. Okay, so what's my student loan situation? We came back to payments last October, right?
Well, we did, and then we didn't, and then we did, and then we didn't. And it's a political kind of hot potato that the Biden administration is trying to get through, so all of us listening right now can pay the debt that other people have accumulated.
Yeah, I thought he couldn't do that. Didn't the Supreme Court say he couldn't do that?
Yeah, but they're trying a different avenue. I always grew up in a world where you make an obligation, you take care of your obligation. But apparently this Biden administration doesn't believe in that.
Okay, and again, there's all kinds of asterisks involved as to who qualifies and all that other stuff, that what they're trying to do. But essentially, this is a mad dash for what? Votes?
Well, that's what a lot of people say. We just don't have the money in our budget, let alone do we have the responsibility, you and I, to pay for somebody's college or further education that we don't know. Why should I be paying for somebody's education in San Diego?
It doesn't make any sense. But the people that get it would take it.
Yes, and anybody who has student loan debt who is hoping that it gets written off should create a sinking fund, a certain fund where they put money aside just with the outside chance, which I say, I say that with sarcasm, but with the outside chance that they're going to have to pay, they should have that money available.
Yeah. Listen, I think most people, reasonable people, would say, gosh, if you took out the loan, it's kind of your responsibility. It's not mine. But sometimes things, they don't make a lot of sense in this world, that's for sure. Why do we get so in debt? How come we're so capped out on credit cards, Ed?
Because people can't say no and they have impulsive buys. I mean, I'm fall victim to that as well. When I'm on Instagram, I'm buying things, and they show up in my office, and I go, oh, my goodness, I can't believe I bought that. There's a lot of impulsiveness, and people are just not making as much money to keep up with the rising cost of living. So the wages are not increasing at a level that is commensurate with the rising cost of prices.
But if you're knee-deep in credit cards, how do you ever get out if it's 30% interest?
Yeah, well, that's a really big problem we have in the country.
What's the solution? Cut back and
stop spending so much money.
Yeah.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, right. You know what? I often wondered, Ed Vitowski on the Tapman's Towing phone line, that if we had to pay everything with cash, we wouldn't spend that much.
No, we wouldn't. I try to keep as much cash as I can to remind me that I'm actually spending money versus just putting it on a credit card.
I mean, do you have you don't stuff any in your mattress? That's old school, right?
Yeah, I don't do that, but I do keep it in my wallet, and I try my hardest to use cash whenever I can, because those credit card interest rates, are really, really high. And some people will say they're criminal, but there's user laws that at some point they're going to kick in. But right now, what we have is an interest rate problem, and with interest rates are rising because we're spending so much money in this country.
Yeah.
And that's because we're increasing our MT supply, which is the money supply. And if you look at a chart of inflation and money supply, they kind of go hand in hand. So the more money that we print, the worse the inflation becomes. And so we have to get our spending under control, and that will be the beginning of us getting our cost of living increase under control.
Go ahead.
How about retirement? Well, is there a quick formula you can give us to make sure we're set after we retire, Ed?
Well, you should look to live off of about 4% of what you retired on. So if you have $1 million, you should look to live off of $40,000.
That's it? Let's see, show of hands. How many have $1 million in checking account?
Exactly.
I don't think we. Anyway, we'll have to see, but and hopefully there'll be pensions, and Social Security's not going to add to much, right?
No, Social Security will be around.
Okay, you're confident in that.
I'm about as confident as I am that everyone's going to have to pay their student loan debt.
Okay,
Right.
Ed, how can people connect with you?
They can find me at chapwoodinvestments.com.
Nice to meet you, Ed Patowski down in Plano, Texas. Thank you, sir. ESPN 93.5. We move to morning sports, 7:14. Gigantic news for the Fighting Illini basketball team.
Yes.
Big news. Is he the top assistant in America? Could be. Orlando Antigua's coming home.
He's back.
Well, he was with John Calipari in Memphis.
Right.
He was with John Calipari at Kentucky.
Kentucky.
He was with Brad Underwood and Kofi Coburn when we brought Kofi here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with John Calipari, and now he's with Brad Underwood.
That's right.
He's coming back.
I love it. I think that was awesome news. The spring game, lots of spring sports happening over the weekend. Our baseball team beating Northwestern yesterday, 11-3. So
We're first place in the Big Ten.
I know.
Dan Hartlib's baseball team is number one in the Big Ten.
Tomorrow at 6 will be Western Illinois to wrap up this long homestand. Our softball team also beat Michigan State yesterday. 6-3 was the final, so they split 2-1 in that series. They've got a game at DePaul tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So go Illini also did pretty well at the Atkins Golf Club, University of Illinois. Were you paying attention to any of that, Stevie?
Trying to pay attention to all of it. Yeah, I didn't see the finals.
Okay, so, we did pretty good. I know we need to get to the St. Louis Cardinals. Are we kind of intentionally bumping?
No, we have to play them. We love the Cardinals, but they're not very good.
Okay.
They are the third from the bottom in runs scored. I mean, they're ahead of the White Sox, but there are not very many teams that have a worse record at 9-13. That's better than 5 others, but it's struggle time. That was subliminal.
Okay.
I didn't want to play it.
I know.
But I've got it. Stand by. Here we go. John and Ricky.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and the weekend was not kind to the Cardinals as the Brewers swept them. A 1-run victory in 10 innings on Friday night. Then the Brewers put up 12 runs in a win Saturday, and a 2-0 loss for the Cardinals yesterday to Milwaukee.
Cardinals pitched well 2 of the 3 games in the series, but they didn't hit well in any of them. They had an opportunity in the first inning. Lars Nootbaar hit a long fly ball to center, and he was robbed of a home run. It would have been a 3-run home run that may have made the difference, but the Cardinals just could not get anything going with runners in scoring position. 0 for 9, and not much better for the series.
Only 2 hits and 24 at-bats with runners in scoring position for the series, and it was Owen Miller. He broke a long 0-for going back to last year with a base hit that scored the only 2 runs in the game.
He had been 0 for 16 at the plate, and Sonny Gray had not given up a run all season or as a Cardinal, and that's what happened.
The Cardinals hope to get back in the win column behind Lance Lynn tonight against the Diamondbacks on the air at 5:50.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Miami beat the Cubs yesterday 6-3, and the Chicago White Sox actually beat the Phillies. I know the Cubs have the day off today. Do the
Cardinals play tonight?
Okay, very good.
Arizona coming in.
Cubs will get ready for the Astros. Yep. So that's sports.
Okay, Orlando Antigua is not going to come here empty-handed.
Oh, really?
He's got too many connections. And on Thursday or Friday, I remember I was talking about that guard that I got fired up about, Boogie Fland.
Yes.
He's out there. So I mean, Orlando's going to be connected to some. So I don't think this portal thing's done for us for sure. So it's pretty impressive that Brad could get one of the top guys, if not the top assistant in America, to come back. Not that easy, kids. It's just not that easy. And, yeah, we ought to be optimistic. Let's check our weather, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you, summer camp registration is going on now. You can get in on some early bird rates. There's all kinds of different options, too. Go to urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign event is Saturday next in a string of cold fronts expected to make its way across the air the next 24 to 36 hours. A frosty start to the day in some areas this morning. We'll do it again here later tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. After that, a full-fledged pattern shift into a milder to warmer scenario, and a steady rise in humidity and a couple of fronts nearby will at least generate almost a daily threat for some rainfall, but many a drier in between heading through the end part of the week, into the weekend, and much of next week too. So some patchy frost around this morning, mostly sunny, mild this afternoon, 65, increasing southwest wind, not so chilly tonight, breezy with a late night shower chance, low down to 47, couple of rain showers tomorrow, morning and afternoon, breezy cooler at 59, sunshine back in here on Wednesday, a little patchy frost expected by Thursday morning, with highs at 57 on Wednesday, back to 62 on Thursday, up into the upper 60s, and a few showers on Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend, highs well into the 70s. For Stevie Jay broadcasting at the Dorchester, Greg Soldier.
Yeah, the final line I won, by the way, at the Atkins Golf Club, University of Illinois, so congratulations to Mike Small, yet another victory, the 18th ranked Illini. A Stever is coming up. Stand by.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Verizon earnings are coming in. Earnings top forecast, but its revenue was disappointing. The company says it was a strong year, and Verizon is on track to meet its financial goals for the year. Verizon shares are up 3%. Stock futures are recovering ground after last week's sell-off. Mideast tensions have eased, crude oil prices have moderated, and gold prices are softening. Clothing company Express has filed for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. and will close more than 100 stores. It also owns the brands Bonobos and Up West Express. America's biggest bank is closing its location on Wall Street. J.P. Morgan Chase shut down its branch at 45 Wall Street on Friday, ending more than 150 years of doing business on Wall Street. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosolda, invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will King.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peters, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will King Show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balances required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
You need the world's fastest mower to create your free time. With Dixie Chopper, what you got to look at is the warranties. Dixie Chopper, all of their models, you're getting a 3-year unlimited hours bumper-to-bumper warranty. That's on the whole thing. Then your commercial units, you get up to a 3-year no-hour limit or 5-year 3,000-hour limit on the drivetrain. So that'd be your engine, your 2 gearboxes, transmissions, and all that.
Well, that sounds pretty solid.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Things break, and even if it's built well like a Dixie Chopper, you need to have that covered, and you get what you pay for, basically.
And I can go see Andy and get on one of those things, couldn't I?
Yes, you can. You can go see Andy at Dedicated Diesel at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can reach him through Dedicated Equipment on Facebook, or call him at 217-328-0562. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You as well. Tim Onstadt, Gale Frericks Trucking, Dedicated Diesel, and Championship Barbecueologist. All right, world headlines. The Donald Trump trial testimony begins today. Columbia University in New York City has to shut down classes. Too many protests. It's not that they're anti-Israel, which is really bad. They're pro-Hamas. How can you be pro-Hamas? Really? They were beheading babies. This is shocking to me.
Well, Passover begins at sundown tonight through Tuesday, April 30th.
Well, again, it goes down to I have no idea how you fix this without God. I mean, there's no other solution, because if your goal as a supporter of Hamas is that all Jews have to die, what do you do with that? It's unbelievable. Those are the two big stories going on today in the world. All right, we have a Stever offer. This is the program where I give you money and you take it.
It's really a good idea, Stevie. I'm glad you did this.
Thank you. $50 to Jets Pizza. Anybody?
Love it. And Jets Pizza was the big hero at the Autism Walk when they came in with their samples. They just did cheese, Jason, and the staff was handing out free slices, and boy, it didn't take long. And especially the vendors, so many different resources at the Autism Walk to help people in this journey through life for people on the spectrum to be more successful. And it was just wonderful for them, especially to just go across the hallway at the Savoy Rec Center and grab some delicious hot piping Jets pizza. Boy, I'm amazed how when they brought it out, it was warm and able to be delicious for everybody. And we were wearing our shirts that said Four Corner World and a Round Pizza World or something like that, living in a four corner kind of world. So
it was a good phrase if we could think of it, because I liked it. Four corner something in a round world.
Be a four corner on a round pizza world. I don't know. I wore the shirt all day.
You need to get that because it's actually good, and we didn't do a good job with that. So It was a very nice Jets Pizza, Square Pizza promotion. By the way, Grace had Jets Pizza Saturday night. They have a wonderful gluten-free option.
Yes, they do. They have a cauliflower crust, too.
Whatever it was gluten-free. Maybe it was cauliflower, but it was barbecue chicken.
Oh, yummy.
And she said it was absolutely delicious. So if you do have your celiac or you're just trying to avoid gluten,
be a square pizza in a round
there you go
world.
There you go.
So there you go. I just zoomed in on Aiden wearing the picture also, and he was popping around, all smiles. We love the sensory museum and the foam outside. The kids just had so much fun, and it stepped off at 2. Before that happened, Stevie, I even popped over to Meadowbrook to see their spring carnival, and boy, that was a good, well-attended event too. The weather was a little crisp and cool, but just beautiful, and I just really enjoyed the whole weekend. By the way, Jets Pizza is located at 1907 West Springfield Avenue and 512 South Neal Street, so you can use this $50 at either location.
All right, again, the buzz around basketball in Illinois is Orlando Antigua coming home, and he is connected. He brought us Kofi Coburn. He brought us Andres Feliz. He brought us the really unbelievable freshman year of Andre Cabello.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a real big get. And we already have 4 in the portal signed. We're not done. At least 1 or 2 more. I'm telling you, it's there's something more here involved. I have no idea. Just guessing. Because he's connected.
Yes.
And Kentucky broke up. And there's, John Calipari talked to his Arkansas basketball team. He said it at the press conference. He said, I just talked to my team. Oh, I don't have one. We'll have to do something about that. They have 2 people. They have 2 people in the Arkansas team. I mean, 2 people from Kentucky there's probably a few more, but I mean,
right.
They've really got to build it again. And the really good news, and all these people shouting for reform in the NIL, why? I don't like it either, but if you put limits, we're back to cheating.
Yeah.
Because the cheaters keep cheating. Now they don't know what to do. They're spinning around going,
Right.
I thought this was all, you can't. What'd you pay him? Wow. I mean, Illinois has as many rich alums as any other probably public university. So if we want to raise the money, we'll raise the money. And by the way, Orlando is going to get a lot of money. His assistant head coach is going to be 1.5? I think he was making 1.3 at Kentucky. That's just what it pays. And if you don't like it, go be a coach.
Right.
Go try and be a coach. What's stopping you? So I don't begrudge anybody. Good for them. Wow, that's great. But NIL is the great equalizer, and programs like Illinois can compete if you just have the money. Same for football, same for basketball, same for everything. It's a lot of money. I don't think it's a great idea, but if you're going to play this game, you're going to play the game.
Yep, the genie's out of the bottle. We just have to go with what we got.
Well, you got to either play or you don't play. If you're resistant to it, you're not going to get the best players.
That's right.
It's kind of how it's always worked. We just ignored the fact that XYZ cheated their brains out all the time. And we tried not to. Okay.
We'll just find the gravy train and try to hop on it and support our Illini. Go.
All right, we'll break. Coming back, Anthony Russo, The Truth Shall Set You Free podcast jumps on in just a few moments. That'll be next. It is Monday. This is April 22nd, and it's 7:30.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, disease, and insect control. Over 32 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Police are at Yale University to break up pro-Palestinian protesters setting up camp overnight. Classes at Columbia University are remote today. The Passover Jewish holiday starts tonight, marked by President Biden in a statement.
The president issued a statement saying we must speak out against the alarming surge of anti-Semitism, adding silence is complicity. He also singled out colleges, saying anti-Semitism has no place on college campuses or anywhere in our country.
Fox's Jill Nato. Opening statements start soon at former President Trump's criminal trial in New York.
Today it kicks off. The people of the state of New York versus Donald J. Trump. Prosecutors will finally completely reveal their hand, and the defense will push back against that. 34 counts involve filing false business records.
Fox's Derek Shawn. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. People driving around South Urbana during their commutes will find one intersection with a stop line turned into a four-way. The intersection of South Lincoln Avenue and East Windsor has been flashing red the last week. Public work officials say the change the result of a car hitting a light pole last week. The city of Urbana waiting for parts to repair the damage. The Illinois House unanimously passing a plan Friday to require insurance coverage for a prescribed at-home pregnancy test. Illinoisans with health insurance could have coverage for at least 2 urine-based pregnancy tests per month. Sponsors work to ensure a Medicaid patient would have coverage for medically necessary pregnancy tests as well. Last week, Geldwin Holding announcing they'd be closing 2 facilities in Wisconsin and California, with the company consolidating its Wisconsin location to be housed in their Rantoul facility, bringing about 200 jobs to the village. The Rantoul Village Administrator says he's glad good jobs are coming to the community. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. We check your weather forecast with our meteorologist, the learned one, meteorologist Greg Sawyer, brought to you this morning by Kramer Siding and Window.
And reminding you, the door is like the centerpiece to your house, and in April you can get some great deals on doors or the sliding door in the back to go out on the patio. KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. A little frost scraping in some areas early on this morning. Mostly sunny skies, a milder afternoon. Gusty southwest wind as opposed to upper 50s yesterday. 65 today, right on target for the time of year. Increasing clouds for tonight. Breezy, not so chilly. Late night shower chance low down to 47. Next cold front on the move for the day. Tomorrow, some shower activity in the morning. Scattered in the afternoon. The high at about 59. Southwest winds will shift into the west-northwest tomorrow night. We bottom out at 38. Sunshine and a cool Wednesday at 57. A frost patch here Thursday morning, down to about 36 there. 62 in the afternoon. We'll flirt with 70 and a couple of rain showers on Friday, and that'll be the story with windy, milder weather to warmer weather. A pickup in humidity and daily chances for a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend and early next week. 78 on Saturday, up near 80 on Sunday. Still well in the 70s for highs a good part of next week, with mild overnight lows in the upper 50s and 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Solgay.
And again, if you want our Stever offer, the program where I hand you money, you can go to gostever.com. You get $50 at Jets Pizza, and you'll have a week to get in there and eat some pizza. You have a survey to tell you how it was.
Good. Chicken bacon ranch, and like you said, gluten-free options.
Yep, Jets Pizza, two locations in Champaign. All right, he's Anthony Russo, political analyst, host of the Truth Will Set You Free podcast. Anthony, how are you this morning?
Always good. How about you, gentlemen?
We're doing good. Diane's a woman.
That's okay.
No,
I have a deep
heard
voice.
You guys' voices. I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's very deep. It's I could go as Dan Ducey this morning.
Probably.
I've been doing so much this weekend.
Probably lower than me, a.k.a. Mickey Mouse. Hi, Mouseketeers! All right, Republicans accuse Joe Biden and Majority Leader Schumer of emboldening Iran prior to attack on Israel. How did they do that?
Well, it's a slow and steady drip of money. And it's funny. We're bringing up. It's been it was an interview done with Ted Cruz in November that's coming back up this week because we're reinstituting sanctions in Iran in the last couple days. So it was exposing something at the time soon after what happened October 7th, and realizing that we have been creating a slow drip of sanction relief, is what it's called, by the Biden administration over the last 3 years, to the point where we have fully funded not just the attacks that came from Hezbollah and Hamas and all these different groups, but also the fact that our own military bases and American soldiers have been getting attacked by these drones that it turns out we have been funding because we released sanctions on Iran. And who thought it was a good idea at the beginning of the Biden administration to release the sanctions that have been put on and off there for the last several decades?
So Anthony, when Iran told us that they weren't going to use it for that, and we said, okay, deal, what were we thinking?
Well, we're believing a terrorist organization, and actually, that was a big lump sum. That was $6 billion that was being proposed, and it was all but given by the Biden administration. But that was rescinded by Congress. This is the quiet money. $100 billion is the slow, steady, quiet money we've been giving on a constant basis. That $6 billion actually did not reach the hands of the Iranian government, or whatever you want to call it. It never reached them, thankfully. But it doesn't mean that we have not given them $100 million approximately, or $100 billion approximately the last several years. So again, it's funny because it's so difficult to get any transparency from our government unless you are truly reading in and out of these bills on how much money we've been giving to literally one of the largest, if not the largest, sponsors of terrorism in the world. In what world do we think it's a good idea that America is giving any money, let alone $100 billion to a country like Iran?
All right, here's another thing I don't understand, and there's plenty in the world I don't get. Anthony Blinken, Merrick Garland, Charles Schumer, they're all Jewish. Why are they jumping? Why are they jumping up and down? I mean, they're powerful people.
This is where you start to. I don't understand it. I don't understand why the left has become so pro-Palestine. And again, I am not for the killing of innocent people, but at the same time, we've created this dialogue that's important to whoever wants there to be a massive instability in the Middle East. The Middle East is obviously the window into terrorism all over the world, including the United States. That's how it comes over here. So how is it that these, Jewish folks in our government are deciding to take this stand? I have no idea. I mean, you look at what's happening today on college campuses. There has just been a war of a narrative, a war of propaganda, and the Israeli people are losing. They're not committing genocide. I've said this on my shows. Using that word is absolute blasphemy when they just had 1,400 people killed in their own country. Now, you could say war crimes, whatever it is. There's a lot to unpack, but it's not genocide. But when you use the word genocide, it creates a narrative that it's like, well, we got to come to the aid and the help of these people. The problem is there is no ability to help on a sensible basis, on a common sense, avoid terror basis, and it's a real cluster of a situation that we're in deep trouble because our stance is so weak in our country. And the fact that we can trace some of the dollars going on directly back to us is absolutely horrific.
Again, it's and when we say they're winning, there's 14 million people in Manhattan. We're talking about 200. We're talking about 200 people. I mean, I think there's been 200 people that would say these things forever. They're just getting coverage, and it's social media, and it gives you the appearance that, we're losing, we're getting creamed by these guys. There are very few people in the grand scheme. If there are 50,000 students and 200 are mad, you're going to have 200 mad at anything, anytime. I just know that it's overinflated as to how this feels, and it's not that they're just anti-Israel; they're pro-Hamas. I don't get it. What are they? What are you doing? They beheaded babies. Why, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and that's interesting. You bring up the beheaded babies and what happened on October 7th, and the fact that they do this on a regular basis. This is who they are. If you remember, right after that, and again, this is why it's a propaganda war. Right after that, they're saying, "Oh, these intelligence, the intelligence data and these reports weren't true," because they found one person that said that they talked to somebody that saw the people getting burned, and all of a sudden then the whole narrative of what happened, even though we've got video of all of these people getting murdered and getting slain and getting killed, and then even them bragging about what they had done to these people, and yet somehow the narrative got switched because one person was discredited, and that's where you get all of these people, whether it's 200 or whether it's 2,000, if you look at all the different Ivy League schools today. But again, you're right, it's a small faction. The fact is they're getting the coverage that's from right-wing media and left-wing media, and it's the fact that it emboldens our own federal government to actually make decisions based on the loud idiots, and that's where we are. And that's why for 3 years we've been going back to essentially sponsoring terrorism. And really, do we want to sponsor Iran? No. But do we want, does our government like destability on a large level? And that's where you start to question the, oh my goodness, conspiracy theorists saying, is there a one world government? Is there a great reset? And all these different things. And if our own government is sponsoring terrorism that destabilizes the world, you have to actually question that piece of legitimacy.
And you have to also understand that if Hamas is the type of group that hides behind women and children, that's also who they are. And when you take these wars and you have these terrorist groups that do that regularly, they're wearing blue jeans and they're hiding in the house with kids. That's what they do. That's how they do it, and then they blame America for casualties when you're trying to fight them, or blame Israel. This has been going on a couple thousand years, or thousands of years, and I don't know how it ends. I don't know where it goes from here. I do think that Israel made a pinprick decision to going to hit some of their weapons, and it probably made Iran go, they have a little higher technology than our 300 things we lobbed into Israel.
Yeah, and I love our at our press briefing us saying, well, the reason why none of these missiles worked was because of Joe Biden making a firm stance, which was mind-boggling that was said. This is the Iron Dome is the only reason nothing happened to Israel. They got called out by Peter Doocy like usual, and Peter Doocy was like, the words "don't" clearly didn't work, and he goes, but look at what we did. We did nothing. We literally did nothing to help it, and thankfully they've got the Iron Dome. But it is so destabilized out in that region. The people that I know from there that are still, it's a bad situation. And I honestly, you're right, thousands of years biblical situation. And we're at a place right now that I don't know how it goes up from here.
Did you ever think the world could end on our watch, Anthony? Wow. Crazy. It's nuts.
Who knows?
There's some things going on that you're thinking, man, when we had spears and stuff, it just wasn't going to go very fast. Right. Now we got all this stuff to blow everything up.
Yikes.
Yeah, and we're reaching a place where we could be deniably ignorant in the past, but because of where we are in social media and a 24-hour news cycle, and the fact that we can go play armchair quarterback all the way through the Kissinger days, we are no longer innocent as a nation. We are definitely no longer innocent as a nation, and it's just building from here.
Odds of Donald Trump getting convicted?
Who knows? But it's like a bingo card. I think this one in New York is interesting because the judge it's almost as bad. I don't know if you're a boxing fan, but it's like the ref in the Garcia-Haney fight that almost did everything he could to hold Haney up in the fight. This judge will do anything and everything to make sure that this trial is unfair to Donald Trump, even though it should hold no weight whatsoever. It's the dumbest trial out of all of his different cases. And this is one that I actually think could potentially get a conviction. Who knows?
Yeah. But if they don't get a conviction, the left's going to go berserk. There's going to be, pray for them, because their head will explode. I mean, they're counting on this slam dunk. But only takes one hang a jury, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But let's look at this. We have issues with Trump that potentially paid off somebody that was a adult film star. On the other side, you've got Joe Biden in his presidency funding billions of dollars to state-sponsored terror? And which one are the left focused on? Let's take a deep breath and think about
Bill
that.
Clinton gave $850,000 to somebody when he was in the White House.
Right?
It's just like, it's not equal justice under the law. That's just, it's crazy. Anthony Russo, political analyst, host of the Truth Show, Will Set You Free podcast. How do people find you?
Just go to Truth Will Set You Free USA, Truth Will Set You Free USA on all the different podcast networks, and as of course, social media as well.
Nice to catch up again, Anthony. Thank you. ESPN 93.5, all of our guests on the Talbot's Joint phone line. You can text in if you like on the Fisher National Bank text line, 217-359-2255. Orlando Antigua is back as an assistant. Caught up with the Illini Inquirer podcast with Jeremy Warner and our very own Derek Piper on why this is a big deal.
Well, he's one of the best assistants in the country. He's been paid like it. I would imagine he will be continue to get paid like it as he makes this move back to Champaign. His ability to get talent, that's been proven over a long course of time at Kentucky. I mean, he was at Calipari, at Memphis before that, and then obviously at Illinois. You mentioned some of those names. I mean, Illinois does not get Kofi Coburn, who was such a crucial part of that resurgence for Illinois, a two-time All-American. And to be able to get him, to be able to have the connections, to get into the right rooms and to bring the talent to the table for Brad Underwood, but also to develop it too. I think that's something that he obviously deserves a lot of credit for as a very highly respected big man coach that had to get the most out of Kofi Coburn. I know he had a lot of talent during his first tenure at Kentucky and obviously second too, but Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Julius Randle, some guys that he coached there in the front court in Lexington, even in his second stint, Oscar Tshiebwe was a pretty good big man down there as well. So you got to have the talent to be able to get those type of results, but to be able to get the most out of it is certainly something that he can speak for and has been doing for a long time. And as far as the connections, it obviously played itself out. New York area, East Coast, and then internationally, especially the Latin American basketball community when you got Felice and Curbelo and some of those other guys, where you look at Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, those are some big areas for him. And he played on the Dominican national team, coached the Dominican national team at one point, and is really highly connected and highly respected back in those areas. So as Illinois pushes forward and is going to dabble a lot in the portal, I think that he's a guy that's going to have a lot of ability to go out there and sell the program and have those connections play out for him and just the reputation that he carries, and now to push forward with Illinois too. So just like you kind of said, I mean, every list, whether you're an AD, a coach, any hot board, any kind of short list has a shoot your shot guy at the very, very top. This was Brad Underwood's, and he connected on that first swing.
Hey, you know, what does it say when you can get the top assistant in basketball to your program? What's it say? It says that we're a thing. We're happening, and that's pretty cool. So, and with the 4 added portal people, I mean, we might have gotten more athletic. And Orlando's got connections.
Yes.
And he might be one of the tallest assistants in America.
Is that right?
6'7".
Oh, wow.
He's a big figure, and yeah, very excited. I think it's a big deal, and we're going to hear about some pretty big names, I think, coming up.
Okay. St. Louis Cardinals will be hosting Arizona. We'll just kind of reset, Stevie. Lance Lynn on the mound with a 6:45 start here on ESPN 93.5.
A whole bunch of the Cardinal batting averages start with a 1. Yeah, it's just now again they turn it on and feel bad for Nolan Gorman. Oof, he is really struggling. I think he struck out 30 times already.
Oh man,
struggling. And Paul Goldschmidt. Love Paul Goldschmidt, but he's 36 or 7.
Okay. Shoot.
Yeah, I love him. He's a fantastic human being, and really, but boy, he can't hit right now.
Well, and it's okay when people slump, but when a whole bunch of team members slump at the same time.
No, they've only scored 76 runs this year. Cubs have scored 119.
Okay.
Tells you how many times they're touching that home plate. So anyway, they're struggling, and I don't know. Arizona is a playoff team. They were the National League champions last year. They beat us 2 out of 3 last week in the desert. They're coming here. Milwaukee sweeps. By the way, the Milwaukee Brewers They lost their manager to the Cubs.
Yes.
Whoever they got has won 10 out of 12 on the road.
Okay,
So
then.
the Brewers are still a thing and in first place in the Central.
Miami beat the Cubs 6-3 yesterday, but they're gearing up for a series to start tomorrow against Houston with a 6:40 start over on US 105.9 using Jordan Wicks on the mound. And we'll have the Chicago White Sox at Minnesota with a 6:40 start. Our Illini beating Northwestern 11-3. They'll have Western Illinois to wrap up that, I think it was a 9-game homestand.
That was nice.
Tomorrow at 6. So take note of that. We also have our Illini that are 2-1 in the series over Michigan State, winning 6-3 yesterday. They've got DePaul tomorrow at 3. So go Illini. I didn't hear much about the spring game. I just had so much going on. But orange versus blue, and I'm sure our Illini won, and we saw some neat things.
Yeah, the Illini won.
Yes.
I think a few thousand people. It was in the shade.
Okay.
It was on the west
little
side.
on the cooler side.
It was
then.
cold. I think
okay.
a lot of people were cold.
But we got, Luke Altmaier then?
Yep, he's our guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no controversy there. So he'll be our quarterback. But, yeah, you look at that schedule, you're going, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
We host Michigan for the Red Grange game, and then we got to go to Oregon.
Right.
And those are two top 10 teams.
Right.
So it's a tricky schedule. You're going to have to win early. And Kansas here, I wish we weren't playing them, but they're very good with the same good quarterback that pounded us last year. So.
We'll talk to the U of I Alumni Association around 8:20 and a half an hour or so with David Bambry. And, planning homecoming right now because it's a little earlier this year in mid-September.
Yeah, that's really early.
And it's, I think, because of the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium that we're doing that big game in October. And so because of the Red Grange and Illinois versus Michigan, that's why they had to pivot kind of and make it a little earlier this year.
Okay.
So go Illini.
Yep. All right, ESPN 93.5. We'll check your weather with Greg one more time here this hour. Coming up.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Well, at Watts Copy Systems, they offer cost-efficient solutions, busy offices. You might save money. Watts is local, locally owned, family-owned, employee-owned, Illinois business. Watts Copy Systems, call them 217-352-0428. The Fighting Illini baseball team under Dan Hartleb have won 7 in a row. They are 10-2, first place in the Big Ten standings, and they're 2 games ahead of everybody. I mean, so let's go. And doesn't the top baseball team host the Big Ten? I thought.
That sounds right.
Anyway, they're 23-13 overall. Dan Hartleb has it going on with this Illinois baseball team. You got to get out and see them when they play tomorrow.
Yes, okay. And that's against Western at 6. I had just read some of the texts at 359-2255, how Parkland's 39-game winning streak came to an end with little old Dak, it says here, 2-0. I know that Parkland had beat DAC, Danville Area Community College, in the game before that. But yeah, so there's that happened over the weekend. Someone else texted in about Holy Cross and their boys bowling team and how well they did in state this past weekend. But Hunter Nell, I guess, placed 8th overall at the IESA State Bowling Tournament.
Go Holy Cross.
Thanks for keeping us informed.
Appreciate that. Weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Busey, for over 150 years, member FDIC.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign event and vicinity next in a string of cold fronts expected to make its way across the air the next 24 to 36 hours. A frosty start to the day in some areas this morning. We'll do it again here later tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. After that, a full-fledged pattern shift into a milder to warmer scenario, and a steady rise in humidity and a couple of fronts nearby will at least generate almost a daily threat for some rainfall, but many a drier in between heading through the end part of the week, into the weekend, and much of next week too. So some patchy frost around this morning, mostly sunny, mild this afternoon, 65, increasing southwest wind, not so chilly tonight, breezy with a late night shower chance, low down to 47, couple of rain showers tomorrow, morning and afternoon, breezy cooler at 59, sunshine back in here on Wednesday, a little patchy frost expected by Thursday morning, with highs at 57 on Wednesday, back to 62 on Thursday, up into the upper 60s, and a few showers on Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend, highs well into the 70s. For Stevie Jay broadcasting at the Dorchester, Greg Soldier.
Yeah, if you've not had Jets Pizza, you can enjoy one on me today. I'm giving out $50. Go to GoStever.com. I like the Buffalo. What's the Buffalo Ranch?
Buffalo Chicken Ranch.
Yeah. That's really good, and they're delicious. They got a little crusty thing going on.
They got the Greek pizza special going on right now too, and terrific salads and wings. I mean, they've got so many great options when you go to jetspizza.com. Maybe you could treat the office for a little spring luncheon at your place, and Jets Pizza can hook you up with that. Again, just head to gostever.com and get yourself signed up.
And if you go to fast food places, I think you've noticed that the prices have gone up.
Yes.
If you drive through McDonald's, isn't like a Big Mac meal?
That's right.
Maybe
more. $12 or something like that.
What the heck?
I know.
Nick Neonkatis, he's a franchise consulting company guy, Great American Franchise Expo. He's author of the Franchise MBA. And what we counted on being cheap is no longer.
That's right.
And gas is, what, $3.79?
Right.
It's edging toward $4.
Yep. And Rick had texted in saying people just aren't living in their means, and the credit card debt is insane. So thanks for that after working in the banking industry for 45 years.
You can check our news. That'll be next, coming up on 7:57.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
As Tapman's Towing celebrates 50 years of serving Central Illinois, we're always seeking good people to serve our great customers. Our team of expert tow professionals would like to interview others with CDLs, previous tow experience, or a strong interest in serving others. If you enjoy serving people, love working in the outdoors, and looking for a career, not just a job, we should talk soon. Do you have a strong desire but lack the experience? We should still talk. Visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Another big pro-Palestinian protest on a college campus. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's at Yale University this morning. Hundreds of students angry over Israel's war in Gaza demonstrating in New Haven, Connecticut. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
Cops arriving at the school, blocking off entrances to a plaza at the New Haven campus. Here's that police officer warning protesters they will be arrested if they don't clear out.
No one will stop you from leaving. If you do not leave, you will be arrested. We will give you time to leave.
The editor-in-chief of the Yale Free Press was covering the protest when she was suddenly surrounded by demonstrators. She told the New York Post she was stabbed in the eye with a Palestinian flag.
Now, the anti-Israeli anger is still simmering at Columbia University days after New York City police broke up an encampment, making more than 100 arrests. The university's president said all classes will be virtual today, trying to de-escalate the situation. Andrew Parker Stein is a Columbia student and just told Fox he no longer feels safe.
I promised myself after Saturday night, after our group was attacked by a mob of pro-Hamas supporters, that I'm not stepping on campus while this is happening, and I don't know what that means for finals. I don't know what that means for the rest of the semester.
Now, the Jewish holiday of Passover starts today. President Biden put out a statement saying we must speak out against the alarming surge of anti-Semitism. Former President Trump's on his way to New York court for the start of his first criminal trial this morning.
We will hear the case against Donald Trump today, and we will hear the case for him as opening arguments begin in this historic and sensational trial.
Fox's Eric Shawn outside the courthouse.
The former president, when he arrives or leaves, he makes statements. Today we expect no difference. He will likely continue to harshly attack this case.
He's charged with falsifying records and 2016 payments to keep an alleged affair quiet. The search continues in Chicago for a cop killer. Whoever shot Officer Luis Suezca on his way home from his shift early yesterday morning. America's listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
As pro-Palestinian protests rage at some U.S. college campuses, the head of Israeli intelligence has resigned for the failure to prevent what Major General Aron Oliva calls a black day, the deadly Hamas terror attack that triggered the war in Gaza. He says he'll carry the horrible pain of the war with him forever. The U.S. is getting ready to send more military aid to Israel and Taiwan and $61 billion worth of long-delayed support to Ukraine to help battle Russia's invasion. The House approved it over the weekend to the dismay of some Republicans who oppose additional Ukraine funding and are angry the House Speaker allowed the vote.
The Senate will vote this week on a $95 billion foreign aid and national security package sending assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Some Republicans have been furious with House Speaker Mike Johnson and are calling for him to resign. Indiana's Victoria Spartz isn't one of them, but also isn't holding back her opinion of the speaker.
I think he's doing a terrible job.
Much of the frustration comes from the price tag and the lack of southern border security measures in the bill, but allies of the speaker are firing back. Kentucky's Andy Barr accusing hardliners of preventing border security from being attached because of their refusal to support Ukraine aid. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
That foreign aid bill also includes a revised TikTok provision that could lead to the social media app being banned in the U.S. if TikTok does not cut ties with its Chinese parent company ByteDance. On Wall Street, stock futures rising before the opening bell this hour. A bad boy of rock and roll going into the Hall of Fame. And joining Ozzy Osbourne in the Hall of Fame for rock and roll, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Dave Matthews Band, Jimmy Buffett, along with also some non-rock performers like Kool and the Gang, A Tribe Called West, Mary J. Blige, Dionne Warwick, and Cher. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, more than 80 years after the attack on Pearl Harbor, a sailor killed in the attack being laid to rest in his hometown of Arcola. Charles Brown, one of 2,400 Americans killed in the attack that led the U.S. to formally enter World War II. When his remains were uncovered, the Navy could not positively identify them. As a result, he was buried as an unknown in Hawaii. Ratings for 4 tornadoes spawned by last week's storms have been released. Twisters touched down in Latham, Warrensburg, Forsyth, and Macoupin County. Latham tornado rated an EFO was cited touching down across a half-mile southwest of Latham. Warrensburg's tornado was an EF1. Illinois House unanimously passed a plan Friday to require insurance coverage for prescribed at-home pregnancy tests. Illinoisans with health insurance could have coverage for at least 2 urine-based pregnancy tests per month. Sponsors work to ensure Medicaid patients would have coverage for medically necessary pregnancy tests as well. And that's a check of what's happening on your Monday. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Very much, Jim. ESPN 93.5. Our meteorologist, Greg Solia. Nice and cool this morning, my friend. And beautiful sunshine emitting out of downtown Philo in central Illinois this morning. What are we, 41?
Yeah.
41 or so right now.
Yeah, we're a little bit north of 40 in most areas after having bottomed out in the low to mid 30s this morning. Yes.
We are looking forward to the Illinois Marathon. That's this weekend, and right now we're hoping the rain happens Friday, not Saturday, and earlier Friday because we got the 10K.
The 5K.
Friday night. Yeah.
Yep, and mile run, I believe, is on Thursday, and both of those are at 7:30 in the evening.
And Gracie's running the marathon Saturday morning.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So good. I think the weather looks pretty decent. I think we're just watching that system you said might come.
Yeah, there's one that's going to getting wound up on the plains here over the course of the middle and late parts of the week. It will really not make a move across our part of the Corn Belt until sometime early next week. But it'll send little disturbances ahead of it. And as we had talked about, these widespread big moisture makers will be winding on down, but impulses that would continue from time to time to generate some rainfall. We'll see just that around here. If you have whether the marathon activities in mind or trying to get out more in the backyard and even the back 40 with some planting operations. We're still a bit too wet in some Ohio areas, Indiana and Michigan, relatively even keeled around here. We bottomed out between about 33 and 35 this morning. One more frost here in spots by the time we get to maybe Thursday morning, and then onwards and upwards we go on temperatures, of which we're doing just that here currently, generally in the upper 30s and lower 40s across the area. Later on today, up to about 62 with sunshine, lots of it, increasing south-southwesterly wind next to cold front upstream. It'll arrive late night tonight, well after midnight, with a shower chance down to 47 tomorrow. And clouds, a couple of showers around, quarter-inch stuff, we think, with a high temperature tomorrow at about 59. 38 here tomorrow night, and they'll struggle to about 57, almost 10 shy of normal, but despite sunshine, a chilly day with a northwest breeze for the day on Wednesday. Thursday morning, about 35, 36, some frost scraping later in the day, up to 62 again. Then warm up going for the weekend. Much of next week as well, close to 70 on Saturday. Some morning and afternoon showers around, maybe maybe a thunderstorm on Sunday. We'll get close to 80 and then highs well into the 70s. And still some lingering scattered activity Monday and Tuesday of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, just Greg Soldier.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey. It is April 22nd, official Earth Day. Happy to welcome to the program Nick Neonakis. I say that right, Nick?
You did. Good morning.
Thank you. He heads up the franchise consulting company and the Great American Franchise Expo, the author of the Franchise MBA. Nick has been in franchising for 22 years, works with hundreds of franchise companies around the world, including food. So I'm paying more for drive-thru, obviously. I'm paying more for all the stuff that used to be $1. Do I have a percentage increase in the last decade, Nick, of how that's changed?
Approximately 100% across the board. It's doubled in the last decade.
So my Big Mac deal that was $6, it could be $12. So something like that.
Or more if you're flying through O'Hare.
Yep, that's
true. There's that. It's just life in the inflationary times. I mean, it's unbelievable. You go out to something you think isn't going to cost much for four of you. It'll be, $80 pretty easily. Tax tip. I was at a place, and this is kind of new, and we've talked about that too, and this kind of a quick place to eat. And I'm picking the food up, and he's 2 feet from my face and saying, "Would you like to tip?"
Right.
What? Dang, Nick. Yeah. What the heck?
I'll tell you, I've had more complaints about that. It's such a contentious issue. You get $1 cup of coffee and somebody wants you to tip them $1 or $2 just for doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Before we're done, let me know where you're buying dollar coffee.
Yeah, I'll take that deal for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what you do. You're going to shell it out somewhere. So you either go to the grocery store and shell it out more, make your own, might get a little better buck. But otherwise, life's high, and it's working that way. As far as franchises go, do you have a top 5 list of the best franchises to look into if a guy wanted to get into franchising?
It depends what category. Food concepts, what I'm seeing is people are moving from fast food, traditional fast food, over to QSRs, quick serve restaurants. So companies like Mahana Fresh, which just signed a big deal with an NBA star, are starting to really come up. Teriyaki Madness, Wheat Chippy, places like this that are doing quality food and are expanding. And then I'm seeing a lot of companies in the services space. So technology is coming into fast food. There's a company called Robot Lab, which does the front of the house and the back of the house for a lot of restaurants that people are buying to then be a service provider to restaurants, like sell shovels to the miners type business.
So are we going to get automated in this thing? Because I can't get Barry, who's 19, to ever come to work.
You're going to see that. Have you ever ordered on a kiosk at McDonald's? That probably replaced 2 or 3 full-time employees.
Wow.
Think about what California just did. They increased the minimum wage at fast food joints from $16 an hour to $20. Illinois isn't going to be too far behind.
Well, I mean, but what, okay, my big box now $15. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? You just raise your prices. Well, I don't get it. Here's $20, but I can't hire you, and if I do, I got to charge $20 for the Big Mac. It does make sense.
That's right. Well, what ends up happening is high costs are the cure for high costs. Eventually, demand starts going down.
Yep.
People are going to go out of business, but there are going to be new jobs that are created, and inflation eventually subsides. It always does. But I think food prices are going to continue to stay high for the foreseeable future.
Hey, Nick, is there any way to buy a franchise, get into something under $250,000 or no?
There is. There's 4,000 franchise brands out there. That's what we do at the franchise consulting company is we help people do an analysis of what's out there across 71 different industry categories. And there are options that range anywhere from $50,000 up to millions, but there are tons of options in that $250,000 range where you can make a great living and really control your destiny.
Okay, and again, I think you really honestly, seriously have to consider who am I going to get to work this? Because usually if you own the franchise, you're going to work the front counter at some point because somebody's not coming to work these days.
That's right. That's where technology comes in. That's where you have to have better efficiencies. But that's what our country's known for. We always find a way out of any problem that comes up, and we'll find a way out of this one too.
Okay, we've got Jimmy. Jimmy Johns lives here.
Mm-hmm.
He did live here. He sold the company. Is that still a hot franchise?
It is. It's a great sandwich, and they continue to make money. There are a lot of great brands out there. Look at all the great things that have come out of Illinois. It's one of the most fertile places for great concepts. You've got the National Restaurant Association at McCormick later on in May. And to any listeners that might have a restaurant or a business that they'd like to franchise, take a look at Franchise Genesis and grow your brand all across the country and across the world.
Nick Neonakis, it's Neonakis. How can people connect with what you're doing?
If you have a cell phone, type in 26786. That's 26786. And just write the word franchise. We'll send you a ton of information, including my best-selling book, The Franchise MBA. Franchise 26786.
You're going to send them a book?
I sure will. We believe in America.
Nick, nice meeting you. Appreciate the info today.
Thank you, guys. Have a great Monday.
You as well. ESPN 93.5 from Miami, Florida this morning on the Tapman's Joint phone line, Nick Neonakis. All right, ESPN 93.5, 8:15, sports headlines.
Milwaukee beat the St. Louis Cardinals. The final was 2-0, and now they've got a series starting up against Arizona. It's a 6:45 start. Lance Lynn on the mound out of Busch Stadium. I had a few questions over the weekend about our bus trip to Busch.
Yep, June 22nd.
June 22nd.
Yep, it's San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals. If you'd like to join us, text me BUS to the Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255. We'll send you all the quick details, and you can make a call. About 10 seats left if you want to join us. We'd love to have you. June 22nd. Fancy schmancy, all suite bus. All the food and drinks are included.
That's right, and it's a 1:15 start, so essentially we'll leave from First Christian Church right off of I-57, off of Staley and Curtis Road, and that'll be around 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll get there. We'll enjoy Ballpark Village, first pitch, and then, we could be home ideally around 7 or 8 in the evening. That's Saturday night.
Plus, the giveaway is a big old Stanley Musial tumbler.
Exactly.
So you want to get in time to get one of those.
Absolutely. Miami beat the Cubs 6-3 yesterday. They've got the day off and will gear up for the Houston Astros at Wrigley tomorrow evening. You'll hear the action over on US 105.9. Phillies over the Chicago White Sox 8-2. They're gearing up for a series with a 6:40 start at Minnesota. When it comes to local baseball, we had Parkland's, I think it was a 39-game winning streak come to an end with Danville Area Community College, and it looks like the softball team continues to win. They're at 46-4 on the season. So go Parkland Cobras. We had our Illini beating Northwestern 11-3. They've got Western Illinois tomorrow at 6, and Illinois softball beating Michigan State 6-3 yesterday. That series was split by our Illini then 2-1, and they'll have DePaul tomorrow at 3. Orlando Antigua is back. Congratulations to him. And when it comes to the Atkins Golf Club, University of Illinois over the weekend, Ryan Boyce was the big hero to help pull it out for that spring collegiate. Now we'll get ready for that Big Ten tournament, from what I understand.
Yep.
Go Illini.
I'm going to Columbus for the Big Tens for golf. Mike Small trying to win his 9th straight and 14 out of 15 of the Big Ten golf championships.
Incredible.
Amazing. And Orlando Antigua is a big deal for Brad Underwood and the Fighting Illini to get the top basketball assistant in America to come to Illinois. That's a very exciting event for Illinois basketball because of the contacts he brings and the potential recruits and portal people now. Yeah.
I love it.
Congratulations, Busey. Recognized among America's best banks for 2024 by Forbes. 3rd consecutive year the organization's been recognized on this prestigious list. Ranked 40th overall, Busey was the second-ranked bank headquartered in Illinois. And all 6 Illinois banks are included on this year's list. In addition to being among America's best banks, Busey is honored to be recognized in Illinois as the best place to work, in Florida among the best companies to work for, and in Indiana as best place to work. Guess what? Go apply. From exceeding the needs of customers and colleagues to serving our communities, Busey Associates have shown unmatched dedication to our pillars for more than 155 years. Whatever your financial needs, business and beyond, Busey promises the resources to help you succeed. Stop into one of their many convenient locations or call 800-67-BUSEY or go to Busey.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All right. Weather this morning with our meteorologist as we watch our week warm up. Meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. A little frost scraping in some areas early on this morning. Mostly sunny skies, a milder afternoon. Gusty southwest wind as opposed to upper 50s yesterday. 65 today, right on target for the time of year. Increasing clouds for tonight. Breezy, not so chilly. Late night shower chance low down to 47. Next cold front on the move for the day. Tomorrow, some shower activity in the morning. Scattered in the afternoon. The high at about 59. Southwest winds will shift into the west-northwest tomorrow night. We bottom out at 38. Sunshine and a cool Wednesday at 57. A frost patch here Thursday morning, down to about 36 there. 62 in the afternoon. We'll flirt with 70 and a couple of rain showers on Friday, and that'll be the story with windy, milder weather to warmer weather. Pick up in humidity and daily chances for a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend and early next week. 78 on Saturday, up near 80 on Sunday. Still well in the 70s for highs a good part of next week with mild overnight lows in the upper 50s and 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Well, if you'd like some free pizza from Jets, go to GoStever.com. That's our offer this morning. $50 to spend at Jets Pizza. GoStever.com. You get an email tonight after 8 if you're one of our winners. All right, we'll be right back. It is 8:20 in Champaign-Urbana.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Express, the once popular mall-based fashion chain, has filed for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. and will close more than 100 stores. It operates more than 500 locations under the Express brand and other names. It has a buyout offer from retail investor WHP and 2 mall landlords. Bitcoin's price is higher, topping $65,000 after the cryptocurrency completed its halving event on Friday, which cuts the issuance of new tokens in half. Nissan Motor shares are losing ground after it lowered expectations for this year, saying car sales are softening. Tesla shares are down more than 1.5%. CEO Elon Musk has postponed a trip to India, and Tesla is also cutting prices again. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he has a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola. When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, Champagne.com. 823, he's David Bambry, University of Illinois Alumni Association, the head guy. David, how are you?
I'm doing great, Stevie. How are you this morning?
Good to have you back on the program. So when the sports teams do well, like the football team went to Florida the first year for Brett Bielema, everybody went nuts. How did it go with the Elite Eight? You had to just be slammed. That's awesome.
You know, it was unbelievable. It was such a great ride. What a great season and a great chance for, our alumni and fans to get behind the team. And I was fortunate. I was in Omaha and then up in Boston, and the energy was just unmatched. So I can't wait for next year already, and looking forward to another great season there.
You're going to get a lot of texts and emails this morning about Orlando Antigua, number one basketball assistant that was here from Kentucky's back with us, and that's a big deal.
It really is, and we always tell our alumni to come back home, and I think Orlando's following that. Even though I don't think he's an alum here at Illinois, I think he's following suit. He went away for a little bit, but he got right and came back. So we're glad to have him.
Not all alums, but they wish they could be, huh? Come on.
That's true. That's true.
It's great to talk to you. U of I Alumni Association stuff. What do you have on your radar? You had graduation. Is that kind of a big deal for the Alumni Association?
It is. A lot of our partners on campus kind of run that more than we do, but we welcome, I think, 7,000 or 8,000 new alumni to our family this year. So we're obviously excited about that, trying to get them involved in a number of different ways, whether that's, online. We've got alumni clubs all over the world. So I know with, a lot of our folks going to, Chicago, some of our big metro areas around the country, or even international, there's a lot of ways to get involved with a lot of those local clubs as well.
It's just nice to be in the network. Let's talk about the perks of being in the University of Illinois Alumni Association, David.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for our newest graduates, they also get a first-year free membership. So we have our paid membership again, but they get all those perks for the first year for free, kind of a little bit of a trial period for us. And there's a lot of, great benefits there. But then also things like Illini Link, our online mentoring and networking platform. We have over 10,000 users on that network at this point in time. And really what that's about is helping others find that next job, helping them move to a new city, get acclimated, all of those sorts of things. So those are just some powerful pieces that we have in place. We've got some continuing education opportunities as well. 2 of those coming up in the next couple weeks here, one including Chancellor Jones giving an update of the university, and then another one on the 150th anniversary of the Alumni Association by one of our very young colleagues, Ryan Ross. So just a lot of ways to get involved and to stay involved with your university.
So how many alums do we have in your association? How many are members? Do we have that number?
Yeah, we've got over 55,000 life members. We're pushing that 60,000 total member number, and then we have 550,000 total alumni across the world. So we've inched over that 500,000 mark, and it keeps growing every single year.
But what's Penn State's flimsy claim? Do they think they have more than us? I mean, of course.
They say that.
Yeah.
They say that. I don't know if I believe them or not.
No, we're number one, particularly when I get to say it. Hey, whatever.
Exactly.
Nice little campus you got over there, Nittany Light. Anyway, it's David Bambury, U of I Alumni Association. I'm happy that there's a Jen Delavue Memorial Foundation. Tell me what's happening May 9.
Yeah, May 9th. So very special time for us at the association, and I know for a lot of folks as well. So we're actually dedicating the fountain outside of Alice Campbell Alumni Center, right there on the east side of campus, to Jen in her name. She was the one who really started dyeing that fountain orange to kick off homecoming week. So we thought, what a better way to memorialize her than to dedicate the fountain to her. And it's also right outside the Alumni Center there. So we'll do that. We also have a scholarship set up in her name. That'll benefit the either students and Student Alumni Ambassador, Illini-thon, which is our dance marathon on campus, College of Education, or the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority, which all were very near and dear to Jen's heart. And I know that she was so passionate about students and the education they get here at Illinois, that I know that would mean a lot to her to have that scholarship as well.
The Alice Campbell Alumni Center at 601 South Lincoln is such a great spot, too. And with that fountain, you see it in the background of some area schools doing their proms there or weddings. It's accessible to the community as an event space, right?
It is. It absolutely is. We welcome the community as well as campus partners into the space there. Our team does a great job of, putting on events. We do hundreds of events a year, so we stay busy with that. But we also find that we can work with folks to find a date and time that works for them. So if you do have an interest, uiaa.org, there's some information there. Obviously, get in touch with us if you've got an event coming up and you feel like it'd be a good spot to host. We would obviously love to have all of our community folks join us there and experience the center and host an event.
I know typically we have October for homecoming, but there's this little thing called the 100th anniversary for Memorial Stadium happening with that Illinois-Michigan game in October. So it feels early for homecoming coming up in mid-September.
It is a little early this year. I think we're all having, a somewhat similar reaction, but just kind of the way the schedule landed this year, this one just made sense and worked for homecoming week. So homecoming will start on September 8th. That's when we really launch our events. We do that homecoming 5K, and then we do Dye the Fountain that day as well. That's the Sunday before. And then obviously a full week of events that we've really worked to grow over the years, culminating with the big game on September 14th. We'll play the other Michigan. We'll play Central Michigan that day. And I know Coach Bielema will have them ready to go.
Awesome.
Well, I'd rather play Michigan Technical School for the Red Grange one. But I mean, they're the national champions, man. I'm not invited here. Leave. Anyway, David, we appreciate it. How can people connect with the U of I Alumni Association?
Yeah, uia.org is the website. That's the best spot to gain all of our information. And then Illinois Alumni on social media. We're posting stuff, every day, a couple times a day. So those are great ways to learn about everything that's going on.
Awesome.
So much good stuff, David Bambury. Thank you.
Go Illini.
Go Illini. And if you ever if you ever talk to Brett Bielema, he doesn't say ILO when he ends your just ILO.
That's how
he taught us well. He taught us well.
No,
he got me doing it too. So go Illini and ILL.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks for your time. 8:30. Time for Fox News on ESPN 93.5.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump is back in court for opening statements at his criminal trial in New York City. Fox's Eric Shawn.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has brought these charges. He says the former president tried to interfere in the 2016 presidential race by paying off Stormy Daniels to hide their alleged affair, and part of a plan that paid off Playboy playmate Karen McDougal to hide their alleged affair, too. Also, American voters would not find out about the sex scandals.
Trump attorneys argue these were legitimate legal expenses. The Supreme Court hears arguments this morning in a case about homelessness.
The case involves laws that officials in Grants Pass, Oregon enacted, allowing them to punish homeless people for sleeping in public places. City officials, including in San Francisco, submitting their own briefs, asking the court to clarify how officials can respond to encampments.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Stocks are higher to start the day and the week on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
What does the Apple Dumpling restaurant offer?
The Apple Dumpling serves up homemade favorites: fried chicken, sandwiches, delicious chicken and noodles, beef and noodles, meatloaf, all kinds of comfort food.
And of course, the Apple Dumpling with a scoop of ice cream, perhaps.
Visit this community treasure if you're looking for great people, great atmosphere, and great food in Urbana.
The Apple Dumpling Restaurant, open Tuesdays through Saturdays with a lunch buffet on Sundays. On High Cross Road in Urbana, you can look up the Apple Dumpling on Facebook.
Hi, this is Donna Onstott with Gale Frericks Trucking. I'm looking for Class A CDL drivers with 2 years experience, less with military service. If you're looking for a team that cares about you, a positive work environment, and opportunities for personal growth, we're the company for you. We need drivers with high standards of customer service focusing on cleanliness, courtesy, integrity, and honesty. GFT is hiring at $1,200 gross minimum a week, home every weekend, and some weeknights. Contact Tim O at gftlog.com or call 765-793-7131.
If you have something you'd rather do than mow the grass, whether you need a commercial or residential mower, go see Andy at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana for thousands off on your Excalibur Classic, Blackhawks, or Z2s. Call 217-328-0562.
Here's a look at local news University of Illinois Police concluding its investigation into the death of a student, Akul Dewan. Police say their investigation concludes the 18-year-old's death January 20th. An accident. Results from an autopsy showed hypothermia the cause of death, with alcohol intoxication as a contributing factor. It said that Dewan declined attempts to call a rideshare service to home. People driving around South Urbana during their commutes will find one intersection with a stoplight turned into a four-way stop. Intersection of South Lincoln Avenue and East Windsor Road's been flashing red for the past week. Public officials say the change is the result of a car hitting a light pole last week. The city of Urbana is still waiting for parts to repair the damage. Illinois lawmakers passing a plan last year to require fentanyl education in every high school. Now reps hope to pass a bill to require this instruction in junior high. Sponsors believe students in 6th through 8th grade should learn the differences between synthetic and non-synthetic opioid and illicit drug, as well as the variations of fentanyl. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you for choosing 2 Men in a Truck. How may I help you?
Hey, we're moving, and I have a strange situation here. We need to be out of our house by 10 a.m., but our closing on the new house isn't until 1 p.m. Is that something you guys do?
That's not strange at all. 2 Men in a Truck has completed over 9 million moves. We have a solution for that.
Not sure how your move is going to work? Go to 2meninatruck.com to start your free estimate. 2meninatruck.com.
Illini pizza fans, great things come from Jet's Pizza. Detroit-style pizza is one of them. Freshly made dough pressed into steel pans inspired by the Motor City. Topped with premium mozzarella, Mama Jet's secret sauce, fresh toppings, then baked to the thickest, crispiest, cheesy crunch. Want Detroit-style proof? Order Jet's famous 8-corner pizza. It's 8 pieces of crispy, crunchy, and cheesy to the edge pizza. Right now, get $5 off an 8-corner pizza at regular menu price. Online code 8SAVE. Jet's Pizza. Better because it has to be.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Florida. Champaign and vicinity next in a string of cold fronts expected to make its way across the air the next 24 to 36 hours. A frosty start to the day in some areas this morning. We'll do it again here later tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. After that, a full-fledged pattern shift into a milder to warmer scenario, and a steady rise in humidity and a couple of fronts nearby will at least generate almost a daily threat for some rainfall, but many a drier in between heading through the end part of the week, end of the weekend, and much of next week too. So some patchy frost around this morning, mostly sunny, mild this afternoon, 65, increasing southwest wind, not so chilly tonight, breezy with a late night shower chance, low down to 47, couple of rain showers tomorrow, morning and afternoon, breezy cooler at 59, sunshine back in here on Wednesday, a little patchy frost expected by Thursday morning, with highs at 57 on Wednesday, back to 62 on Thursday, up into the upper 60s, and a few showers on Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend, highs well into the 70s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting Editor, Greg Soldier.
All right, Greg, thank you. ESPN 93.5. Mark Twain once said the coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Because you expect the West Coast, warm.
Yeah.
I think one of the longest drives I've ever had was Saturday. I was supposed to go to Fisher, pick up some cookies. I didn't know where Fisher was.
What?
I don't think I've ever been to Fisher.
Really? They have a blast during their fair.
I expected, 10, 15, it's like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I said, where?
And it's Champaign County, I think.
Yeah, it's to the left of Rantoul on your map, but there's no real way to get here.
Right.
You have to go through the country,
That's
go to 57, then turn left.
Yeah.
Past the Reindeer Ranch and all that. Anyway,
That's right.
It's a lovely bedroom community. I, for whatever reason, don't remember ever going to Fisher. So I found the house was through the country. It was just like 35 minutes. Anyway, I just thought Fisher was... How far can you drive in Champaign County? From A to B, what's the furthest?
True.
Just think if you're a deputy sheriff.
Right.
They go through some miles, don't they?
And I think Pasodum is our furthest south city. And then you go into...
Rantoul's north. Right, that's about
Douglas County and Tuscola.
Right.
So,
but to the left, you go to.
If you were to go from
Muhammad,
Pasodum to
past Muhammad is
Rantoul, that is a good.
Farmer City in Champaign County. I don't think so. That McLean County.
Oh, it might be
McLean County or DeWitt.
Yeah.
DeWitt. That's correct. So you get to Muhammad, then on this side it's Ogden.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I was in Ogden yesterday.
So if you're driving from Ogden to Mahomet, that's a pretty good spell. You're driving from Rantoul down to Pesotum. That's probably...
Yeah, you're right.
So it's going to be a half hour, 40 minutes to point, I suppose.
But those cookies were worth the drive,
Oh, boy.
Stevie. You
Yeah.
had Riley being celebrated yesterday, the bride who's marrying one of your triplets, Christian.
Yeah.
And so fun to celebrate her at your place yesterday with a lemon type theme
Yeah.
because that was her main squeeze
Yep,
was Christian.
That's exactly right.
I loved it.
My wife Janet has just amazing talent on a lot of fronts, but organizing parties with unbelievable floral decorations that she invents and does is just
And the lemons
unbelievable.
throughout, too.
Yeah, the lemons were in the bouquet.
Yes.
I wondered why we bought a crate of lemons. Well, that's why. It
And
just
you had like a lemon that was sliced with little flowers sticking out of
coming
that
out of
at
that.
each
No,
place.
yeah, no, it's
It just looks so beautiful.
you just have, I'll probably get some credit for all this, but I don't know why, because I don't do anything.
Well-
I help her, but she has the vision. She has all the talent,
Right.
and I'm just a helper.
Right.
That's all.
But
That's
you're
all.
a key piece as a helper.
But I'm a worker bee.
Right.
I'm the guy that
the
helps.
Mr. Sneezelot of the event, just
I
doing
don't-
everything.
But as far as a party,
it takes some planning
Well,
for sure.
and I don't know
And
if
Janet is wired like that.
she just knows she's detail oriented.
Mm-hmm.
She's complete with her thoughts and ideas. She's way smarter than me. She's just really, really talented.
Oh, the ladies had so much fun, and I enjoyed Allison, your daughter-in-law, who's married to Nathaniel, with this or that game. And I was going to ask you a couple of things that
They asked Riley yesterday at the bridal shower.
Right, we
Okay.
were focusing obviously
Yeah.
on the bride's answers, but she had to stand up on which one we chose or which one we thought the bride would choose. Shop online or in store? What would you
politically
choose?
correct? It's going to be shop in stores, but
I
as
think
far
there
as
was one person that said in store.
this is the problem we're struggling with retail.
I
Listen,
know.
if you don't have to leave your house,
right,
and it's amazing how quick stuff comes to your house.
Well, and it's fun to get packages.
I love shopping local. I really do. But when it comes to what I'm against is you intentionally going to Body and Soul, trying on shoes and ordering online to save $7.
That's right.
I don't think that's bad form. But yeah, let's face it, it's the reason you see an Amazon truck every day in your life, about as often as you do a mail truck.
You're right.
It's just common, and they deliver on Sunday.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
So also, receive a hug or receive a compliment?
I think we need human touch. It's if you like being hugged.
That one was the one that got a little chatter. I feel like Riley answered rather get a compliment. Some people are better on, verbal than contact these days.
Well, we did, no question. We did that thing at the nursing home for years. Hug Club, where we went and touched people. I mean, literally and figuratively. We just went in and gave them contact because we've clearly seen through COVID, this messes people up. We're not meant to be isolated. And yet there are still many people that are isolated. It's just not what we're supposed to. We have to have human connection. And it's just not going to be any good if we don't. I'm a hugger generally, so I prefer, everybody loves a compliment, no doubt.
For sure.
But that human touch, I think we're really drifting from all of that. And some people don't want to be touched. That's just fine. But
how about this one? Eat in or dine out?
I don't know. I kind of like eating in, but I like going to restaurants occasionally. But I can't do it a lot. Because it's very healthy and all that stuff.
Yeah,
We like making food and being around our table. So.
New or vintage?
Oh, I'm a newer guy, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, my whole gang was definitely firm on vintage when I was out to eat last night to visit with the guys and hear about their weekend.
there's some. I bought a 1937 radio once because that was cool.
Yeah.
But
every time I see a radio, no matter where it is, garage sale, antique stores, I always get radios.
Not a ton of them around now.
I know. That's why I grab them.
People having them in their homes is kind of.
And I'm thinking more of a transistor radio, and I feel like everybody should have one because what if? if the power
If you lose
goes
your
out?
power,
What if?
you got your phone.
That's right.
What if you lose your Verizon wireless tower?
That's right.
I mean, there are a lot of things that it wouldn't be bad to have backups. I kind of think ham radio is still cool.
Yeah.
Because that's also something the government can't really monitor. Can't keep track of all
My
that
husband's
stuff.
in the ham radio
I think
club.
it's cool.
They're a really active club.
Yeah.
The final one is never pay for groceries or never pay for clothes. What would you choose?
I would definitely pick never pay for groceries.
Okay, me too.
I don't.
But there were at least 3 at my table that said, "What? I mean, imagine all the clothes, the outfits, the fancy dresses, blah blah blah."
Well, there's a reason.
Unlimited. I was like,
reason I'm on
don't
radio.
care.
Is,
Exactly.
I have not, to my knowledge, received any calls from GQ. I'm trying to match socks. Okay, I'm not. No, I could totally take the groceries on that.
359-2255. Ryan just says Fisher loves Stevie J.
I love Fisher the bunnies. I've always talked about the bunnies. I don't think I can remember ever being invited to Fisher, except when Janet said, go pick up the cookies in Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just drove there, and I don't know why I thought they were Dewey or something, but Dewey's not very far.
Right.
Fisher's just a bit of a drive, and I just didn't know that.
The Fisher Bunny mascot, by the way, goes back to the guys used to wear the rabbit's feet as a good luck in their athletic event. People don't do that anymore. Whatever happened to that? I guess it's probably not PC to have a rabbit's foot hanging on a little chain, but I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I've not seen a rabbit's foot in a long time. 844 ESPN 93.5.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. There's no better time to update your home, and here's a big plus. It's all for less at the Karastan Rebate Plus event. Through Sunday only, save on beautiful Karastan carpets and floors with rebates up to $1,000. Save on Karastan's luxurious carpets and durable luxury vinyl. Karastan Luxcraft is designed with long-lasting materials that resist water, scratches, and dents. Plus, get a bonus free labor credit on every carpet and floor. For every 100 square feet of flooring material purchased, receive a $50 instant labor credit. Plus, get instant rebates on all furniture, rugs, and accessories. Save $250 on every $1,000 you spend. And buy it all with free financing for 3 years. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Through Sunday only, the Karastan Rebate Plus event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Come home to Carpet Weaver's.
So you live in the country or a rural area, but you struggle with internet, right? Well, not anymore. MF Wireless is your premier rural high-speed internet provider. Macomber Farms Wireless is a local internet provider. It started in Camargo. Their focus, providing you reliable, high-speed internet with friendly and fast customer service. Just go to MF, as in Macomber Farms, mfwireless.com. Check for coverage. mfwireless.com.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
All right, it is coming up at 8:47. We check your morning sports. Diane's got the headlines.
Well, go Illini. Orlando Antigua is back. Stevie J working with Coach Brad Underwood. So is it recruitment and personnel development?
He just is good with big men.
Okay.
He got Kofi to come here. He's got people that he knows now that might be looking for a home. He's clearly one of the top basketball assistants in America, and he's coming to Champaign. He was here earlier when Brad started the resurgence, and he's back. And I think it's big news for Illinois as we continue to hope for deep runs in the NCAA tournament.
Lifting us up by a shot, Ryan Boyce was everyone buzzing about him at the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois yesterday for that 4th win of the season. Now the Illinois golf team will gear up to go to Columbus, Ohio for the Big Ten men's golf tournament. We had the Illinois women beating Michigan State 6-3. They'll play DePaul tomorrow at 3. Illinois men beating Northwestern 11-3. They've got Western Illinois to wrap up their 9-game home stand tomorrow at 6. So go Illini. Milwaukee over St. Louis 2-0. Lance Lynn on the mound as Arizona's at Busch Stadium with a 6:45 start here on ESPN 93.5. Miami over the Cubs 6-3. Day off today. Houston Astros tomorrow evening over on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox were beat by Phillies 8-2, and they've got Minnesota with a 6:40 start. The Bulls are out. I hadn't mentioned the NBA action. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
He's part of the law firm football star Keith Randolph on why he chose to live at Pacifica on Green.
One, it's close to everything. They have the best landlord in Champaign. Well, Lisa's she's like the mother of the apartment building. And it's really nice. It's brand new, nicely furnished. Everything's just nice. At least check it out. The rents are very reasonable. There's a lot of additions into it. There's a game room, coffee room, yoga room. It's everything you want.
Visit PacificaOnGreen.com.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
My name is Greg Ward. I am a general surgeon at OSF. We can't prevent cancer. What we can do is find it earlier. And to do that, we do what's called screening. And there are different methods of screening. And the gold standard remains colonoscopy at this point. You can certainly call the office and we'll see you within a week and have your screening done within a couple of weeks, because we want to get this done as smoothly as possible to lower the resistance and avoid the anxiety that can come along with screening. And that is a natural response, whether it's getting your mammogram arranged or getting your colonoscopy arranged. There's a natural tendency to stick your head in the sand and put it off because of the anxiety. But the fact is, fear is the biggest delusion in life, and there's no reason you don't just take the right action to help yourself out. Because we find a polyp, we can take it out before it becomes a cancer. We find an abnormal mammogram result and get the cancer out when it's still curable. And so that's the idea of screening.
For more information, visit osfhealthcare.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. A little frost scraping in some areas early on this morning. Mostly sunny skies, a milder afternoon. Gusty southwest wind as opposed to upper 50s yesterday. 65 today, right on target for the time of year. Increasing clouds for tonight. Breezy, not so chilly. Late night shower chance low down to 47. Next cold front on the move for the day. Tomorrow, some shower activity in the morning. Scattered in the afternoon. The high at about 59. Southwest winds will shift into the west-northwest tomorrow night. We bottom out at 38. Sunshine and a cool Wednesday at 57. A frost patch here Thursday morning, down to about 36 there. 62 in the afternoon. We'll flirt with 70 and a couple of rain showers on Friday, and that'll be the story with windy, milder weather to warmer weather. Pick up in humidity and daily chances for a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms for the weekend and early next week. 78 on Saturday, up near 80 on Sunday. Still well in the 70s for highs a good part of next week, with mild overnight lows in the upper 50s and 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable.
Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. We are a locally owned community bank that has served the area since 1955. Fisher National is rooted in the communities we serve. We pride ourselves on providing financial resources that match or better the mega banks. We are your friends and neighbors who are involved in your communities and take a vested interest in seeing our customers thrive and prosper. Offering a line of rewarding consumer-centric deposits, home mortgages, small business banking, and agricultural lending. There are no compromises banking local with Fisher National. Our convenient online and mobile tools are second to none. We'll work hard to meet your financial needs and earn your trust. Learn more about Fisher National at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
All right, we will be back tomorrow and do this again. Can't wait to hear what Lonte, Derek Piper, and Kyle Toss say about Orlando Antigua basketball assistant, the new one taking over for Chester Frazier.
Awesome.
Be looking forward to their thoughts. And then I have a really strong feeling that we're not just getting Orlando, we're getting a guy or two that he's really tied to.
Already had relationship with.
All right. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie Jay. Thanks for listening. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. Your lawn is an important investment. Let Spring Green take care of that lawn. Your local, family-owned and operated Spring Green has been committed to beautifying your neighborhood through quality, service, and professionalism. Spring Green's full program customers are backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Smart Money Magazine reports that consumers value a home with a well-maintained lawn and landscape up to 11.3% higher than the base price. Why don't you call Spring Green today, 359-2111, or visit them at spring-green.com. Basketball star Luke Goody on why he chose Pacifica on Green as his place to live next year.
I chose this place because of the great management. Lisa does a great job and takes care of all the people that live here, regardless of who it is. The rooms are great. All the amenities are great as well, and it just feels like a family atmosphere around here.
Should other students tour at Pacifica on Green?
Whenever they can get in here, they need to, because it's great to see, and it offers a lot of great things that other places don't.
Book a tour at pacificaongreen.com.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, President of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. There's no better time to update your home, and here's a big plus. It's all for less at the Karastan Rebate Plus event. Through Sunday only, save on beautiful Karastan carpets and floors with rebates up to $1,000. Save on Karastan's luxurious carpets and durable luxury vinyl. Karastan Luxcraft is designed with long-lasting materials that resist water, scratches, and dents. Plus, get a bonus free labor credit on every carpet and floor. For every 100 square feet of flooring material purchased, receive a $50 instant labor credit. Plus, get instant rebates on all furniture, rugs, and accessories. Save $250 on every $1,000 you spend. And buy it all with free financing for 3 years. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Through Sunday only, the Karastan Rebate Plus event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Come home to Carpet Weaver's.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group.
Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
As Tapman's Towing celebrates 50 years of serving Central Illinois, we're always seeking good people to serve our great customers. Our team of expert tow professionals would like to interview others with CDLs, previous tow experience, or a strong interest in serving others. If you enjoy serving people, love working in the outdoors, and looking for a career, not just a job, we should talk soon. Do you have a strong desire but lack the experience? We should still talk. Visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart.